Welcome to Thoughts Off the Stem. I'm Justin Barone, and I held that hit in for a long time. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that was too long. I couldn't find the button, man. There we go. I got the button. So, thank you for joining me, Justin Barone, your friendly neighborhood pothead, on Friday at 4:20 to start your weekend off right, baby. That's right. I hope you're smoking something. Try and smoke along if you can. Oh, you know what's fun to talk about? So, since I've done my last two sessiosodes, we've got a few more, what should we call them? Like members to the circle? More sesh folks, I think. Because of some of the shorts I put out on YouTube, there's more people subscribing to the channel. So that's pretty fucking awesome. I hope you guys are actually enjoying this. I know what some of it's like, but I'm just saying, it feels good to know that people are enjoying it at least. Last little bit I've been getting some feedback too. Some good conversations, I guess. But yeah, so I appreciate it. So those of you that have watched the shorts, hopefully you start watching the sessions and you join them too. Have a good time, do your thing. But have you ever thought about the... That's not what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say was, as a dude, have you ever thought about the fact that sometimes you get to the point where you're like, I'm the baddest motherfucker on the planet, And then you realize, like, I'm not the baddest motherfucker on the planet. I don't know why I'm laughing so hard at that, but I've been thinking about it a lot lately because, like, last session I talked about road rage, right? So I noticed that in talking about that, I realized that this, like, mindset that I get into is like this whole you can't touch me kind of thing, which is kind of stupid because realistically, I feel like half the time if I say something, half the time if the person that I said anything to or flipped off came after me, I might get my ass kicked. I don't know. But it's just not a good situation to be in, right? But yet, as dudes, sometimes we forget that. The aggression takes hold of us, right? And you think that you're capable of much more than you actually are. You know what I'm saying? I get to that point quite often when I get angry, because whenever I get angry, I fall into this, like, feeling bad about getting angry because I'm trying not to be angry about stupid shit that really doesn't matter to life, right? Like, who cares if you're driving down the road and people are passing you? Who cares if somebody cuts you off? You have to give them kind of the benefit of the doubt, I think. And I stopped doing that. So now I have to start doing that again. And that means that I have to, like, analyze the way that I look at stuff, right? So the way that I see somebody cutting me off, even though in the moment I scream and yell and flip out, I have to realize that that's not the appropriate action, because it could lead to bad things. But we also get this grandiose idea because of that, like, spike in adrenaline that you're untouchable. And it made me start to think about this conversation that I had with one of the girls that worked at the shop. And she was saying how her boyfriend, Deadface, looked at her and was like, I could fight a wolf. No, you can't. You cannot fight a wolf, dude. Don't tell me you could fight a wolf. I feel like I'm pretty tough. I could handle myself. But, like, fighting an animal, that's not a thing I want to find out if I can do, That means I've done something very wrong to be in that position. And the thought that, like, you've never experienced any kind of, like, you've never killed an animal for one, You've never potentially harmed an animal. And you're going to chase down, like, the most alpha animal you can? And you're going to beat it? I don't think so. These things live in the fucking wild, dude. They live by nature. They don't live by laws. There's none of that bullshit happening. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, let's think about that for a second. And it makes me think in the moments where I'm starting to flip out at the person that cut me off and then slammed on their brakes and was just being a general asshole when I'm just trying to have a nice little, little easy day drive. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to cut people off. If I do, it's an accident. I generally wave and be like, sorry, I'm stupid. Like, acknowledge it. But that's what I'm trying to do now. before I was into this position of like, yeah, I could fight a bear. Like if you caught me in one of those moments of yelling at a fucking car, like with my windows up and like nobody hearing me but my car, and we'll just watch this dude flip out, In that moment, if you said like, oh, a bear, if that was a bear, you wouldn't say shit. I'd be like, I fucked that bear up, But I know I can't take a bear. This guy apparently really thought that he could take a wolf. So it made me think, I want to know how, we know that everything kills, right? But are you as manly as the people on this list? That's what I'm asking. You're trying to say that you're the baddest motherfucker on the planet? Well, these people actually encountered vicious animals, killer animals, that were trying to kill them. Okay? And if you're going to tell me that you're tough and you could take on a wolf, let's see if you would do some of these things. That's what I'm saying. Because the weed's hitting me, man. I've tried to do this episode like 5 times now. I keep doing stupid shit and saying dumb stuff that makes no sense and losing track because I keep smoking these sativas that used to lift me up. Now they're making me confused. I hope I'm not coming down with like, I don't know, some kind of memory loss or something. Shit, that would suck. But anyway, my point is this. You're not as tough as these dudes and dudettes, okay? These people will make you think twice about what your capabilities might be. I would like to think that if a lion came at me, I could stab it in the head and live. I don't know, though, after reading some of these stories. So this one, a farmer, in April 2009, Ben Nyambe, yeah, I think that's how you say it. I apologize if I didn't say it right. A manager of a farm in Kenya was at work one day when he accidentally stepped on a 13-foot python that proceeded to wrap around him and drag him up a tree. Yep. Unable to free himself and not wanting to be crushed to death by the powerful snake, Nwambe calmly waited nearly 3 hours until the snake's tail was close enough to his face, and then he bit it. Yeah. Could you do that? Could you wait? Because I know I do not like snakes. Snakes and Justin, no bueno. Okay? If that thing had a hold of me, I would have a heart attack and die. That's what would happen. Because, yuck. Oh, excuse me. That guy waited patiently for 3 hours. Not to bite the tail and then be let go by the snake. He just got his phone out to call somebody to help him. That dude is calm, man. All while you're being squeezed to death? I don't know if I could handle that. I don't think I could. Then there was this one where there was a couple in their 70s. They were on a walk, and the husband was attacked by a cougar. It lunged at him and then bit his head. Yeah. So he was struggling with the cougar, and then his wife jumped in and started hitting it with a fucking tree branch. That wasn't doing anything, so she tried to hit it in the head, and as she was trying to hit it in the head, she got close enough to her husband to grab like a pen out of his pocket and then stabbed it in the eye. Snapped off the pen and hit it again with the tree branch, and then it finally ran away. They ended up having to go, obviously they got help and they went to the hospital. Jim was treated and she had no scratches. That's a hero. That's the kind of wife you want. That's what I'm saying. She'll beat the shit out of a killer animal for you. This dude in August 2016 in South Africa, Sam Songwami, had just left his house in the early morning on his bicycle. As he cycled to work, Sam noticed a tiger sitting in the shade of a tree. The tiger spotted him and then charged him. Sam grabbed some rocks, threw some rocks at the tiger. That didn't work, pissed the tiger off more, and he ended up having to fight the tiger off with his bike. That's right. He trashed his bike, beating the shit out of a tiger to save his life. I don't know if I could do that either. I don't know what would happen. And eventually, the park's wildlife sanctuary people, something like that, so wildlife sanctuary people came and they helped him. They tranquilized the tiger, found out that it was actually from their park that it escaped. So they brought the tiger back, and then they also gave Sam a new bike, which was very nice of them. But that's crazy, man. Could you imagine facing down a tiger with a bicycle? Like, was it a Huffy? I don't know, dude. I don't know if that's something that I could do. You know what I just realized? I can't remember if I told you what we were smoking or not. I think I went, whatever, doesn't matter. Do you want to know? I'll tell you in a minute. Stay tuned. Because this is what this combination of things does to me. Makes me dumb. Holy shit. This one I haven't read yet, so we're reading this and finding it out together. That's right. So there was a woman, and she bludgeoned a leopard with a garden tool. In August 2014, Kamla Devi was gardening outside her home, located in the... I don't know how to say this. I don't know how to say this, man. Uttarakhandh region of India, when a leopard jumped out of the bushes and pounced on her. Devi, however, was equipped with farming tools. With a sickle and a spade in hand, she let loose on the leopard by slashing it, bludgeoning it, and puncturing it with the tools for about a half an hour. Oh my god. Could you mold? Oh. She was able to walk away from it. She was hurt. But she walked away from it and then got help and was rushed to the hospital. Dude, this lady fought off a fucking tiger with garden tools. Are you that tough? Oh no, man. That's fucking incredible to me. A taxidermist explorer chokes a leopard. Carl Akeley, the taxidermist from New York, was traveling through Ethiopia in 1896 searching for animals to study for the Museum of Milwaukee. One evening, on his way home to base camp, he was chased by a leopard. He tried to shoot it, but had run out of rifle rounds. As he went to reload, the leopard pounced. She tried to go for Akeley's throat, but he managed to get a hand free, and he forced it in the leopard's mouth. Ow. Akeley and the leopard rolled. Akeley managed to pin the cat with his weight while continuing to force his arm around the animal's throat. The leopard eventually stopped moving, and finally he borrowed a knife from somebody that came and helped out. They don't really explain that. When help finally arrived, just some random help, you know. Akeley borrowed a knife and stabbed the leopard to make sure it was dead. Yeah. This one's a little violent. Well, that was pretty violent, but this one's a little violent. Man slits a cougar throat. Sometimes surviving... Okay, whatever. In August 2002, Canadian David Parker was walking on Victoria Island enjoying a nice evening walk. Yes. Rain began to pour, and then when he was running for cover, he was attacked by a mountain lion. It bit him on the head, scratched his face, and he kept calm. What? Reached into his pocket, flipped open a knife, and slashed open the mountain lion's throat. Oh, nice. Now that's a Rambo. Dude, you serious right now? I mean, I get, like, fight or flight, but, like, that would be terrifying. There's a fucking, a mountain lion trying to rip your head off. Like, come on. That's a tough motherfucker. He spent 10 hours in surgery. And then when he was all fixed up, he just went right back to his evening walks. Didn't even faze him. He's like, fuck these animals. I got this shit. You fucking kidding me? Dude, that's a tough motherfucker right there. I'm telling you, we get this thing in our head where we think that, like, we're undefeatable, you know? It's good to have self-confidence, for sure. But at the same time, you got to keep it in perspective. Like, know what your actual capabilities are. And this is coming from a person that definitely makes things more grandiose than they are sometimes. You know? Yeah. You gotta kind of, here's another one. So this will really help you keep it in perspective too. So in 2007, off the coast of Cape Howe, Australia, Eric Naras was diving for abalone with his friends and son when a great white shark attacked and partially swallowed him head first. That's right. You're halfway down a great white's throat. Okay? And this is, what would your reaction be? He began stabbing the 10-foot shark in the eye with his knife. After a couple quick stabs in the eye, the shark let him go. He swam to the surface, and they took him to a hospital. You know what happened? This. He got a few bite marks. They were serious, but most of them was protected by his diver's weight belt. The shark's bite managed to crush his face mask, break his nose, and deep cuts on the sides of his torso and left arm. But despite that, he's fully recovered. Again, tough mother... Look, dude, think about this, okay? You're swimming, and then, like, okay, your hand's going this way, this is you're swimming, doop-a-doop-a-doop, this is all fun and games, bop-a-dop-a-dop, and then, ow! And Jaws has you from, like, you're facing down a shark tummy. And your thought is, no problem, stab. Like, dude, how? That is a tough motherfucker right there. Like, you're in a shark's mouth and you're bit and you still stab it in the fucking eye. You're inside of it, stabbing it on the outside. Dude, you're a tough motherfucker. You've seen down a shark. You have seen death. You have walked down the stairs of hell. And you released yourself. That is fucking impressive. Could I do that? I don't know. I feel like I would just be animal meat. They would eat me for dinner. That would be it. Or just tear me apart. It'd be horrible. So all of those, there's a list of more that you should check out because there's some pretty amazing people on there. It's from ranker.com, and the article is People Who Fought Wild Animals. I'll put it on tots420.com as a link. I'll put it in the bio, I guess, on YouTube too, because I probably should do that. And yeah, you can check out the whole article. I'm telling you, some people face down some unfathomable things. Like, could you imagine having to face down a gorilla? I've never seen anybody face down a gorilla. Not at all. Not once, okay? But I'm just saying that, could you imagine seeing that? All right? I can't. Because I feel like, whoa. You know, it would just... You would be Gumby without the gum. You be. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. So, okay, so... I think I forgot to mention this, and now that we're here, I will do this, because we're about, like the halfway point, I guess. If I didn't mention it, if I did, I'm repeating myself, but whatever. If you just joined it, like I'm live, it's all pre-recorded. You're not jumping in midway. In the bong, I smoked Nugs Pixie Sticks. It's a sativa, 27%. I've also got this brand new one right here, the recliner. It's a, oh yeah, I should tell you what it is, right? It is a blunt. It's called the Movie Night Infused Blunt. It's 29.2%. It was brand new, just got it. So I thought, you know what, since I like blunts and since I was raving about the new Lottie Dottie blunt, I thought I should try this one and see what happens here. So, that's what I'm about to do. And this one's a hash infused. It is water hash infused. That's what makes it so strong, I guess. It's also stuck in there. Come on. You can do it. Oh, dude. That's nice. Yeah. It's 1 gram, I think. Right? Let's see here. Yeah, 1 gram. Nice big blunt. I like a good blunt. So we'll see what this one's like. We're going to smoke this. Oh, and I've also got... What else do I have? I have Green Seal's Liquid Diamonds vape cart. That one's a good sativa. You want to stay up and be creative? That's the one you need right there. Yeah. That's what I have to say about that. So I hope you're enjoying the sesh. What else? I don't know. I have tequila again. Maybe we should do a shot of tequila. All right, let me burn the tip of this blunt off. Boop, 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 boop. And we'll have a cheers because you made it this far. Thank you. I also want to say thank you to the new people that have come and started to watch. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you smoke along. It's an 18 plus channel, I can say that. And I'm in Canada, it's legal. I'm not telling anybody to break the law. I'm just saying. I hope you can join the sesh and have it proper. If not, I hope you just enjoy some of the stupid talk that I do. All right, here we go. Thank you for joining me again. I hope you're enjoying the sesh. Cheers. A little tequila. Hope you got something to drink. Ooh. I was not ready for that. That one took me. It took me. Yeah. All right. So let's try this blunt out. Water infused. Water hash infused. Blunt. It's good. It goes well with tequila. I can tell you that. It's got a it's got a glass tip. It's got a glass tip. It's got like a, I don't know what kind of wrap that is, but it's a good wrap. I normally like the darker ones because they burn more like a cigar. They taste more like a cigar. But this is something specific. I think it's a eucalyptus wrap. Is that what it is? Is that this one or is that? No, that's a different one. That's the one I'm having on for the next sesh. Yeah. No, this one is just water hash infused with a regular blunt wrap. It's pretty good though. I don't know if it's indica or sativa, but I guess we'll find out. Yeah. Here's the story for the last half of this. I'm going to tell you what happened with this episode. This is just to show you my failures as as a person sometimes, okay? So hopefully you can relate to this. So hang on 1 second. Okay, so here's what happened, okay? So I've tried to do this fucking thing 5 fucking times. All right? I tried last night. I tried 3 times last night. I tried to record 14 minutes of shit and I just flatlined everything. I'm not saying every single episode is going to be perfect. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's all going to be good. But like, I try. And some days it works, some days it doesn't, right? Well, yesterday it definitely didn't work. So I ended up doing 3 attempts at this, which meant 3 bong hits, okay? And then it was 3 bong hits of 5 Loco, which is a sativa, which is normally lifts me up and gets me all fucking talkative and whatever, right? Well, in this case, it didn't. It spaced me right out. I had no thoughts. I hit the bong. The first opening I did, I couldn't even say my name properly. Like, it was bad. Everything went wrong. And then all of a sudden, as soon as I start to get my shit together, okay, the fucking battery for the camera cut out. Great. I thought I charged it. I did. I don't know why I cut it. Okay. And then after that, the connection to the computer cuts right out. Why can't I get that to work? I don't know. So then I realized that for the minute and a bit that I was sulking, it was still recording. I just couldn't tell on the computer. So awesome. Okay. Every fucking problem that you can have happened. I forgot to turn the mic on. I was halfway in. I started the second one with another bong hit of the same stuff. Flatlined me even more. Why? Why do I do these things? Because I'm an idiot. Okay? Again, not every idea is a good idea, but you don't know that until you attempt it. So in the line of work that I'm in, you have to attempt some things. And sometimes you try it and it works. And other times you try it and it doesn't work so well. So that was attempt number 2. I couldn't tell you what I was smoking. I forgot everything. Okay. Attempt number 3, same shit. I hit another bowl, same stuff. You know what? End up flatlined again. Not one thought in my head. I kept trying to relate something to another thing that didn't relate at all. Yeah, it was bad. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Sometimes, to do good things, you have to fuck up. And the fuck ups are where you realize, hey, think harder about what you're doing. And maybe take avenue number 2 instead of avenue number 1 every time. You know? So yeah, so that was 3 times last night till finally I got fed up and spaced out enough after every time I was trying to make a point, I couldn't remember where I went. Okay, or where I was going with it. So I ended up stopping it after I thought was like a half hour, 40 minutes. No, it was 3 different videos of 5 to 7 minutes apiece. So I think maybe total I did, 18 minutes of the same thing. So yeah, that didn't go well. And again, the computer cut out. It's always the electronics that cut out. And when you're doing this on your own, you can't just be like, "Hey Chuck, help me out over there, man." So anyway, I scratched it last night. I don't have to light that again. And when after I did that, so I scratched it last night, and then I started it again today. And then today I started shooting it, and then got to the halfway point, paused it. Totally forgot where I was going with everything. So like I said, you got to pick the right stuff. And I've noticed that having tequila handy is not helping me lately. So this is the last bit of it. So cheers to my end of tequila drinking. I think it's 2 episodes. That's how far I made it. I don't drink that much anymore. These drinks of tequila are the only ones that I've had. Like, I've only drank them on the podcast. So, yeah, so there. I don't know why that was relevant. But now you know. See, again, where was I going? It's my combination of weed picks lately. They suck, dude. Where was I going with this? I was talking about something. Oh yeah, how the episode is going. So this is attempt number 5. So hopefully it's not horrible, because whatever I did before was trust me. I'm going to keep it to see if I can find some snippets to take out of it, Maybe there's something good, but I make no promises. Okay? Because I don't know what happened there. But I guess the message is this, out of any of this stuff, is that, like, there's got to be some kind of adversity that you have to overcome to get better, right? So anything like this, or these moments, or these brain farts, you have to take it more from the perspective that it's helping you get better. Right? Because hopefully, after this episode, or session-sode, hopefully, I'll be better than this. Because I feel like this is just rambly-nambliness. That's not even a word, dude. Oh, I'm so high. Hope you're high. But yeah, I guess things have to go wrong sometimes for you to, like, level up, The dude that fucking stabbed the shark in the eye from the inside. He was inside the shark and whack, Dude. Yeah. That's incredible. It's incredible that people can do that. Have that kind of, like, reaction or sensibility, I guess, because you have to be somewhat aware of what you're doing to, I don't think it would be a reaction for everybody to stab a shark in the eye or grab your knife, and I don't know what you had to do, but that's a lot, I feel like, So when you start to get all aggressive and man up, this is the way I think about me, is what I'm saying. I'm not trying to put this on anybody, but for me, that's what I start to think about when I'm driving like a jackass. Or not driving like a jackass, but yelling at people driving like a jackass. Because then I'm like, you know what? You're not that guy. Stop doing that. And I don't know why I get angry at it. So angry at it. Because realistically, it doesn't matter. Everybody's going through their own shit, right? But to think you could take on a wolf with your bare hands. And you've never been, like, really outside, you know? That's baffling to me. That's baffling to me, totally. Did you know that if a bear were to kill you, it eats you from, like, ass first? I didn't know that till recently. That's fucked up. Mm. I wouldn't want to be killed by wolves either. It'd be like if you're being killed by a wolf, it would be like, I feel like the way that they bite, I think, would be very much like a ferocious bird. Like it'd be horrible being torn apart. Oh, no, thank you. You know what? I'll stay in my nice, comfy house. I'll pretend that I'm a badass, even though I don't get off the couch. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you just don't put shit in perspective. And sometimes we should. And I think reading stories of people that have, like, faced real adversity, I think can keep us all kind of grounded a little bit. And maybe overall, that will keep us nicer, happier, more willing to contribute to each other's success. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like that's what we're kind of lacking here. I guess that's kind of my whole point with this session, is with this oh my god. I guess that's my whole point with this session, is that, like, even though there's stupid shit that happens all the time, there's no sense in getting mad at it. You just deal with it, right? So, like, freaking out about almost losing the front end of my car, sure, it sucks. It didn't happen. Like, I didn't lose the front end of my car, but, you know, just getting as pissed off as I did is kind of stupid. I should just let it go. There was a time when I did, I think. I hope. Either that or I've just been this old grumpy man this whole time. And I didn't know. But yeah, I don't know. I just think we should sort of, well, I think I should reflect more on how I perceive others' actions. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Because sometimes you interpret shit as if it's like an actual slight on you. Like, sure, sometimes idiots do idiot things, right? But at the same time, not everything that happens is because of idiocy. Sometimes it just accidentally happens, you know? Or it's unintentional. It's not directed at you, per se, right? Per se. Oh. I think that as dudes, we're quick to get angry at the little things that don't really matter, right? And it would be healthy of us to remind ourselves where we really stand, you know? And for the aggression to take over, it can get us into a bad spot. So instead of instead of going down the road of aggression, right? Just remember, you can't take a wolf. Those are my thoughts off the stem for this week. Hopefully you come back next week. Join me, Justin Barone, on Thoughts Off the Stem on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Podchaser, Pandora. Where else? Good Pods. What else do we have? I don't know. Everywhere. Anywhere you get a podcast. Don't forget to check out tots420.com. And until next time, keep your lids low, baby. Cheers.